I got digital dash, can't ride with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it. If you guys are looking to get your builds and badges grinded for NBA 2K22, make sure to hit up Star Grinders on Twitter or Instagram to get your badges and builds grinded fast, easy, and legit. The links to his stuff will be in the description. And yeah, man, I'm actually a 99. I'm not gonna drop no video on how to reach 99 and not be 99. I'm actually a 99. All my stuff max. Had to grind this joint to get max, but it is what it is. I actually got it. I even got a gym rat badge where I got permanent pretty much boost. Now on next gen you don't get the +4s, but yeah, I do get the Gatorade, unlimited Gatorade for the rest of the year on this build, so I don't have to do any of that. So yeah, actually 99, all that, so I'm not gonna be dropping a tutorial on how to get something that I don't even have. So yeah.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back here with yet another video. Today I'm coming to you guys with a very special video. This past week I've been giving y'all all the informative videos that y'all really need, everything that y'all really need off the rip on NBA 2K22, from the best animations, takeovers, even builds, even badges, and badge setup. I only got a couple more like informative videos, so just let me know if y'all want these or not. The contact dunk tutorial for both current gen and next gen, the best dribble tutorial for current gen and next gen, and also the fastest way to get gym rat on current gen and next gen. Just let me know that in the comments down below. But for today, I got y'all boys with the best 99 overall method, fastest way to hit 99 in NBA 2K22. And when it comes to the best 99 overall method, this might sound cocky, but I feel like I give y'all boys the best ones every single year. I go into deep detail, make sure I don't miss no points, and even if I do, the comments gonna help me out, and I will be going down in the comments responding to everything. So if you do have a question with anything I go over in this video, put it in the comments down below. But yeah, for this video, I will be going over the best way to hit 99 on both next gen and current gen. Next gen, you don't have the 95 to 99 anymore, so it's gonna be a little bit different for next gen. And you know what I'm saying, you don't really have pie charts, so you gotta like categorize it a little bit different. But current gen, I'm gonna be helping y'all out a lot in this video too. So don't even think just because it's only next gen gameplay, I'm not gonna be helping y'all out. Pretty much it's gonna be kind of the same way it's always been for current gen, but I'm gonna go into deep detail to make sure that y'all don't miss any marks on what y'all need to be doing. But yeah, man, that's going to be everything that I'm gonna be doing in this video. If you haven't already, smash break and destroy the like button. These videos take forever. My birthday is tomorrow. I really would appreciate it if y'all just go ahead, mess with the boy, and hit a like button. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking for. Subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, share the video to anybody who thinks it will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and let's hop straight to it. Alright, so let's go over all the things real quick that we're gonna go over for y'all boys. I'm gonna go over the best settings. I'm gonna go over some badge suggestions to pretty much help you be able to get badges as fast as possible. So like when you're earning badges, what should be the first badge you put on to help you grind for badges and stuff like that. I'm also gonna be doing a part dedicated to next gen, then I have a couple parts dedicated to current gen, and then I have another part at the end pretty much dedicated to current gen 95 to 99. All that will be done in this one video. Alright, so quick note when it comes to grinding on next gen. Now this is a next gen only thing. When it comes to going for next gen, you're going to be given the opportunity to go to college and the G League. You go to college, you get more badge upgrades. You go to the G League, you get a 5% bonus on my points. Now, when it comes to going to college, in my opinion, my honest opinion, that's automatic. You need to do that. On every build that you make, you need to do that. Now, to be able to get that bonus for your badges, you have to win the entire college tournament, which is going to be 6 games. So, if you don't feel like you're going to be able to win that, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it was pretty easy, but if you're going in there with a 60 overall, I can see how you probably think it's hard, but you really want to make sure that you can be able to do that. That's what I'm going to say. Then when it comes to the G League, you're going to get a 5% bonus. The G League, in my opinion, those games are extremely long, but it's only 5 games in comparison to the 6 that you did in college, but somehow this felt like it took longer. And honestly, I don't even know if the 5% bonus made any difference. So if you thinking of which one to do, either go with college and both, or nothing at all. I wouldn't go out my way just to do the G League. That's what I'll say. Alright, and last but not least, before we hop into the method for next gen, another quick little note is going for the Mamba mentality badge and some of your takeover perks that you can get. So when it comes to off the rip, you can do this off rip. You can go to the Chris Brickley gym and you're gonna be able to get the opportunity to play these 4 games. All it takes is 4 games and you'll get a badge called Mamba mentality badge, which allows you to change your takeover every single game, anytime, any place. Only time you can't change it is in game, but as soon as you get out of a game, you didn't like a takeover, you can take that out, put a different one. And yeah, that's all it is. All you gotta do is win these 4 games. Now the last 2 are the only difficult ones, but when you get good at the game, you're gonna be able to just get these out the way with ease. I'm telling you right now, with ease. So yeah, you're gonna be able to get the opportunity to get pretty much the Mamba mentality badge and some takeover perks. You're gonna be able to get the extender perk, which in my opinion is the best one, but I can see people saying the sponge one is better. I can see people saying the accelerator one is better. I just don't see it being nowhere near as good as extender, which makes your takeover extremely long. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to grinding your build to get max overall. Now it's the difference between grinding your overall and grinding badges, because if you're grinding badges, some badge categories don't get you as much for your overall as others. Now on current gen, when it comes to grinding, you really gotta be focused on certain things, but the main thing that you want to know is the settings off the rip. This doesn't have to change no matter what. Now you can play on pro, you can play on all-star, you can play on superstar or hall of fame, but you gotta understand every single category you're gonna have a percentage bonus for playing on a higher difficulty. Hall of Fame this year on next gen is pretty hard, so I kind of did have to get used to playing it on Superstar. Superstar compared to Hall of Fame is a lot easier, but after they start figuring out how you play, it's gonna get just as hard as Hall of Fame eventually. So I actually ended up going back to Hall of Fame, and I just actually, if you want to get better at the game, the CPU defense will show you how to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, the CPU defense is crazy this year. So yeah, I'm gonna just say that right now. So do this at your own risk, but you know what I'm saying? Superstar is probably what I played the longest, but Hall of Fame is gonna be good to make you better. But if you want to get the most XP possible, I would say Superstar. If you just really trying to play and not struggle at all, you can do pro for sure, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta really much get your minutes up and stuff like that. But yeah, I would probably say definitely want to go 12-minute quarters and then Superstar or Hall of Fame, depending on how good you really are, maybe even pro. Alright, so when it comes to the caps for all the stuff I'm gonna go over in this video for next gen, even on current gen, the caps are gonna be pretty much, when I go over a cap, that's gonna just be telling you the max XP you can get, or the max amount of times you can do a certain thing to get the max XP for it. That's not gonna be saying after you do that certain amount of times, you're gonna get 0 XP every single time after you do that. You're just gonna get less. You're gonna get marginally less XP for doing that certain thing. Whether I'm talking about going for contact dunks, alley-oops, 3-pointers, or even defense. So yeah. Alright, so first things first, let's hop into the next gen. Now, when it comes to the certain badge categories, I will be dropping badge methods for those. I don't know if I'm gonna do that on the main or the backup, but I will be dropping badge methods for those, so stay tuned for that. But when it comes to going for 99 on next gen, it's really gonna be the 3 categories that you need to focus on, and one is gonna be just left out, and that's going to be shooting. Shooting just doesn't give you nearly as much XP as the others, and when it comes to getting shooting, if you see how the CPU plays you, it's gonna be just that hard. It's just gonna be pretty hard to get shooting in my career in comparison to going for live, in comparison to get defense. And defense actually could arguably be the easiest. It's just a lot more random based, so I would say that's probably the second to the least likely option I would go for. So the best 2 options in my opinion is finishing and playmaking, but in my opinion, playmaking by far. Playmaking, when it comes to going for playmaking, man, it's just so good of XP. You can just throw lob, do flashy passes. Now when it comes to throwing flashy passes, your teammates have their shots and your teammates gonna be brick. You're gonna be seeing them shoot very early and very late, which is crazy, but yeah, you will see that. So what I would say is, when it comes to going for playmaking, you want to throw lobs. Now when it comes to throwing lobs, what I figured out pretty much as I kept playing, what the main thing that you want to understand when you're going for lobs, when you set the screen, what I started off doing, because I ain't played my career in a minute, because it's been a minute since I really grinded the build off rip to 99 like this, since like probably last year around this time. Pretty much when it comes to setting the screen, you want to call for a screen, but you don't want to use that screen. When you call for the screen, you want to just go straight. You make sure that the man that you're calling for the screen does not screen your man, so he can just go straight to the goal and roll as fast as possible without his man able to help, and you throw him a lob. That's the best way to do it. Now, when it comes to that, you're gonna see some people trying to spear the ball, come out of nowhere, skydiving straight for the ball. You're gonna see a lot of crazy animations. So what I had to figure out was a counter for that. So the counter for that is you have to try to throw the lob as late as possible. You don't want to make him do a standing dunk, but you want to throw it as late as possible for him to do like a driving dunk alley-oop animation. So you want him to be pretty much still be running and try to go for a lob. So if you try to do it too early, you're going to see people coming out of anywhere. And I'm talking about anybody could come out of anywhere. Man, they had CJ McCollum sticking Bam out of bio. Bro, CJ McCollum's head was at the rim like every time. It was crazy. So yeah, you really want to understand when to throw the lob. Now, one thing real quick. I'm saying all that, but you're going to get turnovers. The turnovers, though, that is going to affect your teammate grade. When it comes to going for a teammate grade, getting turnovers isn't gonna negatively really affect it, but like you want to have an A+. If you get an A+, you're gonna get a lot more XP if you had like a C or even an A- or a B+. A+ is literally gonna be weighted in your XP. So when it comes to getting my points, getting the highest teammate grade possible is also gonna be big. So you don't really want to get nearly as many turnovers as possible, but like you can't really be too worried about getting turnovers because you're throwing lobs. So you just want to make sure that you get as many lobs as possible. Now, when it comes to going for lobs, there is a cap. There's a cap on it, and the cap is around 25 to 30 lobs. But when I'm saying there's a cap on how much XP you can get until you stop getting the max amount of XP per lob. That's not gonna say that you're gonna just stop completely getting XP on those lobs, because you still probably might get more XP on those lobs doing that than if you wasn't doing lobs. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna say on that. So yeah, when you go for lobs, just understand after you get 25 lobs, you're not gonna get nearly as much XP as you usually would for every single lob. Now, another thing when it comes to going for lobs, you can use the screen. If you use the screen, it's going to count as a pick and roll assist, so that's gonna be an added bonus on top of the lob or alley-oop assist. And you want to make sure that you're running towards the goal so that it can come as an attacking assist. That's going to be 3 different ways you can be earning XP while you're going for lobs. So that's pretty much what I would do for the playmaking. Playmaking, in my opinion, is going to be the biggest and easiest thing to go towards your overall, so that you can get as much overall as possible. Next is finishing. Finishing. On next gen, when it comes to going for contact dunks, this is going to be a good way for you to practice going for contact dunks, because you're going to be using the aggressive skill dunk feature. So what you want to do, what I do every single time I come up the court, I call for an ISO so you can space it out and there be a good person to be under the goal. Now, depending on what dunk packages you have on, and depending on what badge you have on, you're going to get a lot of contact dunk animation. Now, I will be honest and say, usually when I go with badge suggestions, you don't really ever need badges, but on next gen, you actually need badges to do certain things, which is crazy. So like, if you want to get contact dunks on a consistent basis, you at least have to have bronze posterizer. At least. And then when it comes to another badge that's kind of gonna mess up you going for contact dunks, is limitless takeover. Or not limitless takeover, or limitless takeoff, because that'll actually trigger a regular dunk animation from a lot further away. So that will actually stop you from getting as many contact dunks sometimes, but not all the time. Depending on what you're going against, you might still be able to get the dunk animation to get off like the contact dunk, but limitless takeoff, from my experience, it actually activates non-contact dunks a lot more, because I'm dunking from a further distance, and it's not even triggering that anybody's under the goal. So stuff like that. But if you don't even really want to worry about that, just don't take off from far. It's just pretty much that simple. But yeah, when it comes to going for contact dunks, what I do is I do a behind the back, and I run the way I do it behind the back. So pretty much, the way you gotta do it, you gotta do diagonal down to the opposite ball hand. But while you're doing that, hold RT and push the left stick to the right, or towards the side, towards the same way that you're going down diagonal, and you're pretty much gonna get like a very, very fast speed boost, and you're gonna be able to get around any defender doing that. And what I do is, as soon as I get to a certain point, I'm gonna go for a contact dunk. Now I'm gonna be doing a contact dunk tutorial for current gen and next gen. The next gen is gonna have to be a little bit more intricate, and it's all gonna probably be in one video, by the way. So yeah, if y'all boys want that, y'all gotta just like the video. But yeah, when it comes to going for contact dunks, you just really want, pretty much just want to just keep trying to get contact dunks and keep trying to get contact dunks. This is also gonna be helping you get better with the dunk meter and stuff like that. So yeah, going for contact dunks is just very important, in my opinion, when it comes to going for as much XP as possible. Another thing that you can do for finishing is floaters. Floaters supposedly does the most XP besides catching lobs and contact dunks. Another thing that I try to do when I go for finishing, I try to do as many lobs. Now, one thing that I notice, when I have takeover, they'll pretty much throw you the ball anytime. So what I play on the Heat, so what I do, sometimes I'll call for a pick and roll, I'll let Bam cut, but I don't pass it, wait till Bam comes to the free throw line, I pass it to Bam, and then I'll give it to Bam, and then what I'll do, wait till Bam passes somebody else, and I'll cut around and go for a lob, and I'll be wide open almost every single time, and it'll damn near work every single time. So yeah, you can try that. But another thing that I do whenever I get a steal or anything like that, a fast break animation, or not animation, a fast break, I pretty much just go for a self alley, and that's a good way to practice the timing of the X button on those lobs. And none of that is on current gen, by the way, but like I said, this is pretty much all for next gen. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the finishing. Teardrops, you want to go for floaters, teardrops, contact dunks, and catch as many lobs as possible. Pretty much that simple. It's not really much more to really go over on the finishing. Then when it comes to the defense, now the defense, like I was saying, is really, really more random, but like this year, it's a lot easier to get these random stats. Now, defense is the same way it's always been. You just want to get as many rebounds, want to get as many blocks, you want to get as many steals as possible. Now, there are certain things like body up wins, a lot of different things that you can get towards your defense, but those are the three main things that you want to do. Get steals, block shots, get rebounds. In a game like this where steals are very easy depending on your steal rating, blocks are very easy depending on your block rating, and rebounds are very easy depending on your rebound rating. I have a 25 rebound and I can get 5 rebounds a game. So I know if I have a 25 rebound, you can get a lot more rebounds than me if you're a big man. Now, for big man, what I would say is get as many rebounds, get as many blocks as possible. You can pretty much play just normal as possible. You can, you know what I'm saying, if you got it to where you can pretty much call the plays for yourself yet, you can pretty much just put yourself in a zone and you just play a 2-3, play in the middle of the 2-3. You can do that however you really want to. What I'm gonna just say for the defense, it's just really more random. It's not really more of a method. Maybe the only method I can say is try to call a half court trap, and then you just pick up full court and trying to get steals, like plucking people as much as possible. But yeah, that's still kind of random because sometimes they'll give you fouls. So yeah, what I would say is when it comes to defense, just make sure that you get as many steals, as many blocks, as many rebounds as possible, and you're gonna get a lot of XP. Now, there's been games where I had 1 rebound, 1 block, and 1 steal, and I've still got over 10K. I honestly can be honest with you, that's just from me getting good shot contests, just playing good defense throughout the game. So depending on how good you are at defense, you're gonna get XP regardless. So as long as you just concentrate on playing good defense every game, you're gonna get good XP regardless. But if you go out your way to make sure that you get, make sure that you get the rebound, make sure that you get certain blocks, make sure that you get certain steals, you're gonna get even more XP. When I was going through mine, I really wasn't really too focused on defense, to be honest. But if I really wanted to be more focused on defense, I definitely could have just, you know what I'm saying, got way more per game. For sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would say for the defense. So that's pretty much everything for the next gen. When it comes to shooting, if y'all want to know, just want to shoot limitless threes, what I did was pretty much I had the Kobe hop back. That really wasn't as overpowered as I wanted it to be because they started to play up on it. And then I changed it to the Kobe hop back. Or did I say the Kobe hop back? I had the AI hop back. If you want the AI hop back, you have that LeBron size up escape. Then I went to the Kobe size up escape, and that was okay. It was a lot faster, but it wasn't as big. Pause. But yeah, man, when it comes to the shooting is just way harder on next gen. When it comes to quick stops just not as consistent as it was last year. Maybe I'm just not used to doing them on next gen yet, but like what I would just say, I would focus on the other 3 anyway, because you're not going to get as many badges for shooting, because shooting is based off a make or miss percentage too. So I would really mainly focus on defense, playmaking, and finishing. Alright, so real quick, when it comes to shooting, I didn't want to actually add this in because I don't want people to actually do this, but I think it's enough people doing it now, so actually I'm going to include it. When it comes to shooting, what you can do in my career, do whatever you got to do to get around your defender. But instead of doing a hop back, if you walk back, it's going to be extremely fast and you're going to be able to get wide open. Now, shoot this if you open. If you don't shoot it and you're not open, it's going to be dumb, but because you don't want to miss with this. But yeah, you're going to be able to walk back and it's going to work a lot of the time. So yeah, use this in my career. I don't want to see this in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Alright, so when it comes to the current gen, I gotta go over the 4 main categories. But when it comes to the 4 main categories, why we gotta go over it for the 4 main categories on current gen is because on current gen, there's one big thing. You have pie charts. So the way current gen works is whatever pie chart you chose, whatever categories you get Hall of Fame badges in, you're gonna just get more XP for that category. So when it comes to going for a finishing build, you're gonna get more XP or my points for finishing in a game. Or if you have a playmaking, you're gonna have a playmaking. You're just gonna get more playmaking. If you have shooting, you're gonna get more shooting. You're gonna have a defensive type build like all red. You're just gonna get more defensive badges. So that's one thing I need to say off the rip for current gen because that is a very, very key fact. Alright, so let's hop into it. Now, I just went over a lot of this stuff for next gen, but when it comes to current gen, my career not as hard. Now, when it comes to current gen, I have not hit 99, I have not grinded to 99, but everything on current gen from the 99 process is the same as it's always been. You're gonna be grinding to 95, and yeah. So when it comes to playing current gen, they did make the defense a little bit tougher, the AI defense a little bit tougher, but it's not nearly as hard as next gen in my opinion, from my experience of trying it out. And what I would say is, when it comes to current gen, y'all literally have a speed glitch. All you need to do is look up a tutorial on how to do the speed glitch to get around your defender, and you're gonna be straight. Now, when it comes to going for contact dunks are not nearly as intricate as they are on next gen. So pretty much what you want to do is do the speed glitch. Learn how to do the speed glitch. That's first thing I want to tell y'all. If your build can't do the speed glitch, just contact dunks is just gonna be harder for you. So I would probably try to do something else. But if you can do the speed glitch on your build, go for contact dunks. Contact dunks is gonna get you the most XP. If you know how to do contact dunks, pretty much when somebody's in a certain particular position, you go for a contact dunk. You gotta make sure that you press down on the right stick to go for a flashy, and when you're in between both circles, there's a circle around the free throw line and a circle under the rim. When you're in between both of those, that's when you want to actually try to trigger it. Make sure that you're holding RT, and you're gonna pretty much get a contact dunk damn near every single time in my career. Now on my career on current gen, I would advise playing on Hall of Fame. That's just gonna get you the most XP. Now I do understand some people don't have the skill level to play that every single time, but it is what it is. It's that simple. But yeah, when it comes to finishing also, again, floaters, teardrops, any single time you can go for a pick and roll. If you're going for pick and roll and you're trying to throw lobs, a good thing that you can do if people like playing the pick and roll, the rollers really good, you can just go for a floater. You're gonna be pretty much wide open for the floater. If you just take it if you're wide open, don't force it, take it if you're wide open, and you're gonna get a lot of XP. But when it comes to floaters, understand that that's based off a make or miss system. So yeah, that's another thing. Last but not least, when it comes to the finishing, is going to be catching as many lobs as possible. Now, when it comes to me, when I was catching my lobs, I was catching lobs on the fast breaks. So when it comes to catching lobs on fast breaks, what I tried to do was every single fast break opportunity, I tried to make sure I threw a lob to myself. Now, sometimes you can go for a lob in the half court. That's not really what I ever do. I really just try to make sure every single time I had a fast break opportunity, instead of doing like a flashy dunk, you can go for a teardrop. That's another thing that you can do. But what I did was I threw a lob to myself. That's just what I did. All right, so when it comes to the catch that you want to go for contact dunks and lobs on current gen, I would say it's around 25 contact dunks, around 20 lobs like it's always been. Teardrops, I would pretty much do after you probably reach those caps, but if you don't think you're ever gonna reach them caps, you can just play regular as much as possible. Alright, next, when it comes to the shooting on current gen, I believe it's a little bit easier because you can shoot with lower 3-point ratings, but I feel like it's just the same because on next gen you just have a higher 3-point ratings and stuff like that. But yeah, when it comes to current gen, what I would do is either put on the Kobe size up escape or put on the LeBron size up escape. What I would do is speed glitch one way and then do the little hop back so you can pretty much create as much space as possible. That's going to allow you to not only get off open shots, but it's also going to allow you to get limitless range threes. The most XP you can get for shooting badges is limitless range threes, off the dribble threes, off the dribble middies. That's the most XP you can possibly get. So what I would do is speed glitch one way, and as you got the defender going that way, do a little hop back. But what you want to do before every single play, this is an important fact, make sure to call a quick ISO so that people are not getting in your way, so that other defenders aren't just coming up to step up in front of you to make sure that they can get a contest. Now, what you want to do is use your IQ and not shoot it every single time. Make sure that the defender is actually a good enough, safe enough distance to actually shoot the ball. If they are, you're gonna be able to shoot that every single time and be able to get a green light. So yeah, that's what I would do if I was going for shooting. Make sure I get that limitless as many times as possible. Now, when it comes to the caps for shooting, it's around 20 limitless range threes, 25 off the dribble shots. Now, that's for threes, that's for middies. Now, if you can shoot off the dribble threes and make it limitless, you're gonna get double trouble. So that's gonna be really good for your XP. But one thing that you gotta understand for shooting is based off of make or miss percentages. So that's a real big thing too. Alright, so real quick, when it comes to shooting, I didn't want to actually add this in because I don't want people to actually do this, but I think it's enough people doing it now, so I actually am going to include it. When it comes to shooting, what you can do in my career, do whatever you got to do to get around your defender, but instead of doing a hop back, if you walk back, it's going to be extremely fast and you're going to be able to get wide open. Now, shoot this if you open. If you don't shoot it and you're not open, it's going to be dumb, but because you don't want to miss with this. But yeah, you're going to be able to walk back and it's going to work a lot of the time. So yeah, use this in my career. I don't want to see this in, you know what I'm saying, but yeah. Alright, so for the playmaking, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on lob assists. Now, you can throw flashy passes, but your teammates have to hit the shots. And like I said, if you're encouraging, I would advise you of playing on Hall of Fame so you can get as much XP as possible. Now, with that being said, if you're not playing on Hall of Fame, you can play. If you're playing on Pro, you can definitely throw flashes. They're gonna pretty much hit every single time. So if you're doing that, you definitely can throw flashes. But the main thing I would do is go for lobs. Now, for these lobs, you want to make sure that you get the pick and roll assist and the attack assist with the alley-oop assist, so you can get 3 times as much XP for every single assist. Because also, without just those 3, you also gonna get XP for just getting an assist. So yeah, you can get 4 different ways of getting XP for every single assist. So that's crazy. So what I would do is, when it comes to going for these assists, I call for a screen, but the same thing I said on next gen, you want to just go straight. You don't want to even use the screen. You want to go around your defender the opposite way of the screen, make the so, and then when the screen starts going to the rim, make sure that the dude that's going towards the rim is beating his man. But like I was telling you on next gen, you want to throw it as late as possible so that nobody can try to tip the ball, get you a turnover, or anything like that. Because at the same time, you do want to keep your XP. You just want it. You want it, not your XP. You do want to keep your teammate grade. That's the one thing. You don't want to get as many turnovers, but you got to understand, you're not going to play these games without getting turnovers. You just want to make sure that you get as little of turnovers as possible. So yeah, when it comes to playmaking, the main thing I would do is make sure that you're running somewhat towards the goal. Make sure you're doing a pick and roll. Make sure you're throwing a lob, and you're going to be getting assist, alley-oop assist, attack assist, and pick and roll assist. So yeah, you get those 4 things, you'll be fine. Now, I do believe to get pick and roll assist, you have to actually use the screen, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure you do. So if you do feel like you want to use the screen so you can make sure that you get that, do that. But yeah, the fastest way to do it, the quickest way to do it, the most efficient way to do it, call for a screen, don't use the screen. Make sure you run in towards the goal, throw the lob. That's the best way to do it when it comes to going for lobs. Now, when it comes to cat breaker for going for lob assists, you do want to make sure you get around 25 to 30 lobs every single game. Now, when I'm saying caps, actually, I'm going to go over that somewhere else in the video. But yeah, just make sure that you go for 25 to 30 lobs every single game. Alright, so when it comes to the defense, like I was saying on next gen, this is kind of more random based, but there's a lot of things that you can pretty much do. Now, when it comes to the defense, what you want to do is get as many rebounds, blocks, steals. Now, that sounds extremely simple, but it's a lot of other things that come into the defense, but those are the 3 main things that you really want to worry about. Now, you're going to get XP for pretty much everything that you do on defense. Anytime you play good defense, anytime you get a good shot contest, anytime you set, anytime you do pretty much anything that you think could be considered defense, you're going to get XP for it. But the main thing that you really want to do is get steals, as many plucks as possible. Now, that can contain getting a steal, poking the ball loose, getting a block, getting a chase down block, getting a rebound. All those things will consist of steals, blocks, rebounds. You want to get as many of that type of stuff as possible because that's how you're going to get as much XP as possible every single game. Now for big man, obviously you mainly want to focus on rebounding blocks. For guards, you want to get as many rebounds as possible, you want to get as many blocks as possible, but you mainly want to focus on steals and just getting good as many good shot contests, playing as much defense as possible the entire game, and you're just going to get pretty much a lot of XP for defense. So yeah, if you are a full defensive build on current gen, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get your badges as a playmaking build, but for sure you're going to be straight as long as you mainly playing good defense every game and pretty much getting steals, blocks, and rebounds. And yeah, I understand that defense sounds kind of simple, but yeah, it kind of is. Alright, so that's everything when it comes to hitting 95 overall on current gen. Now, when it comes to going for 99 on current gen, you're going to be going from 95 to 99 the same way we had it since 2K20. Now, I'm going to give y'all the best settings for this. Now, when it comes to the best settings for this, you want to make these games as quick as possible because you got to finish all these games and the difficulty doesn't matter. So we're just going to put it to pro because now it doesn't matter what difficulty we play on. We're still going to get the same if we get a 99.9 rating for the game. So what you want to do is put the difficulty to pro, put it on 5-minute quarters so the games are as fast as possible, and you put it on pro so the games are just as easy as possible, and just make sure that you get takeover. That's pretty much all you gotta do every single one of these games. You get takeover, put it to 5 minutes, put it to pro, and you're gonna be pretty much perfectly fine every single game. Now, when it comes to getting in these games, like I was just saying for the settings, every single one of these games, make sure that you get takeover in the first half. What I would try to do is get up 25 by half so you can be able to sub out at the halftime, at third quarters, make these games go by as fast as possible. But yeah, in these games, you do not want to foul, you do not want to get turnovers, you just want to play the game as perfectly as possible, get your teammate grade as high as possible, and get your takeover, and you're pretty much going to get 99.9 every single game. I cannot make it up. Now, if you make sure that you get an A+, you will get a 99.9 for sure. A+ with takeover in the first half is 100% gonna be 99.9. I believe if you get takeover every single time, regardless, you're gonna get 99.9. But what I would make sure to do is, if they change that, pretty much make sure that you get your takeover, make sure that you get as high of a teammate grade as possible, get up 25 every single game, so that by third quarter, you can just sub out, get these games over as fast as possible. You're gonna get to 99 as fast as possible. Now for the 95 to 96, you're gonna be going up 0.4. From 96 to 97, you're gonna go up 0.3. From 97 to 98, you're gonna go up 0.2. And from 98 to 99 is like 0.2 or 0.1. I believe it's 0.2 though. So yeah, you're gonna have to play like 5 games from 98 to 99. From 97 to 98, you got to play like 3 or 4 maybe. You might even have to play 4. Then for 96 to 97, you're gonna have to play like 3. And well, I guess you probably have to play 3 or 4. And then when it comes to 95 to 96, you're gonna have to play like at least 3, depending on if you winning or losing. Now, when it comes to my career, the way it's based off your stats. So that is how it works. But you can play online with this, and you can pretty much, that's gonna be more based off if you're winning and your stats. So if you get takeover in the games online, you're gonna get pretty much 99.9 every single time, especially if you win. But if you lose, you're not gonna get 99.9 every single time. So that's a big thing that you really need to understand. So yeah, that's pretty much the best way to hit 99 on current gen. Alright, so for the badge suggestions, I don't want to make this part too long, so I'm going to make sure I just go over the most important badges to help you do this as much as possible. Now, for some of this stuff on next gen, I'm not going to lie, you actually have to have it to be able to get as much XP as possible, because when it comes for going for content dunks, posterizer, you have to at least have it bronze to pretty much even like get it consistently. Now, you will be able to get content dunks without it, but like it's gonna be kind of rare on next gen. Now on current gen, you probably be straight, but on next gen for sure. Now, when it comes to the badge suggestions, first things first, we're gonna go with finishing. So for the first finishing badge, obviously posterizer is gonna be increasing this chance of throwing down a dunk on your defender. It's gonna make you dunk more, it's gonna make you be able to dunk in traffic more, but most importantly, it's gonna make you get more contact dunks, and we're trying to get as many contact dunks as possible. The next badge, Lob City Finisher, same thing, but for lobs, catching lobs improves a player's ability to successfully finish an alley-oop, layup, or dunk. The shot must be taken before the receiver lands. So pretty much, this is gonna pretty much make you catch lobs more, finish into traffic more, get faster animations, all that type of good stuff. Then, last but not least, is Teardropper. Improves the player's ability to knock down floaters and runners. And those are the 3 most important things. catching lobs, doing contact dunks, and teardrops and floaters. So yeah, pretty much this is gonna make you make these at a way higher rate. Alright, next is gonna be the shooting. Now when it comes to the shooting, on next gen, you're gonna want a lot of badges for shooting. Now, when it comes to not getting as much of a contest as possible, you're gonna want blinders, you're gonna want mismatch expert, you're gonna want all these badges that's gonna pretty much negate the shot contest. Deadeye, all that. You're gonna want all of those badges, 100%, because the CPU are just too crazy when it comes to playing you. So you really want all those badges. Then when it comes to shooting from deep, because you want to shoot as deep as possible, you want Chef. Chef is going to pretty much help you, allow you to shoot from as deep as possible, as consistent as possible, and that's going to be what you doing dribble moves with it. So that's if you're shooting all dribbles like shot creators, or if you're doing like quick stops like regular. So any type of shot that you dribble to get to, that's going to be Chef. If you're doing spot up and catch and shoot, that's going to be limitless spot up. So that's really depending on you and your play style. So yeah. Then when it comes to another badge, you can use Sniper, Stop and Pop. There's a lot of other badges you can use. Sniper, Stop and Pop, Hot Zone Hunter, Green Machine. Those are all badges you could 100% use to help it easier, make it easier, but mainly Sniper, mainly Hot Zone Hunter, mainly Green Machine, so you can just make as many shots as possible. So Green Machine, so you can get more greens. Sniper, so you can just make more shots to get a bigger green window and make more whites. And Hot Zone Hunter is just gonna make it that much easier to get more greens, make more shots and stuff like that. So yeah, all around when it comes to the shooting, you just want to put on badges to make it harder to get contested and easier to make shots. Alright, next when it comes to the playmaking. Now for the playmaking, you got a couple badges, but it's not as many. I would be honest, not as many. First badge is 100% quick first step. Quick first step is a very, very important badge because this is going to make you a lot faster. And being fast with the ball is what you need so that you can get around the defender, because the CPUs are crazy, they're cracked. So yeah, you definitely want to have quick first step as high as possible for whatever build you have, whether you're on current gen or next gen, whether that's Hall of Fame, that's gold, silver, or whatever you can get it to. So yeah, quick first step is 100% a must have. Then when it comes to a badge like Special Delivery, now this is going to be really good for if you're throwing lobs or even if you're throwing flashy passes. So pretty much what this badge does, increases alley-oop throw success and shot chance for receivers after a flashy pass. Additionally, it enables the ability to throw alley-oops off the backboard. So pretty much all we really care about is that first part is going to help your alley-oop throw success be higher, and it's gonna help people hit shots more off of your flashy passes. So yeah, Special Delivery is a very, very important badge to have, just like Quick First Step. Then when it comes to more playmaking badges you can go for, you can go with Dimer, you can go with Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive is gonna be really good to pretty much do when you're like trying to get open. It's gonna be really good. Now Quick Chain is really for if you're dribbling in one place, and on a game like this where people poke the ball loose so much, I wouldn't really try to dribble in one place. I would really be more on the hyperdrive where you're moving a lot with it and trying to dribble fast. So yeah, that's what I would go with. Diamond is just gonna help people hit shots just more frequently and stuff like that. So yeah. And then when it comes to the defensive badges, these are self-explanatory to just help you get as many steals, blocks, and rebounds. So if you want to get as many rebounds as possible, obviously go with Rebound Chaser. That's just gonna pretty much improve your ability to track down rebounds from farther distances and just get more snag animations, better snag animations, and get more rebounds. Then when it comes to going for more blocks, you got all the blocking badges, Pogo Stick, Chase Down Artist, and the most important one of all, Rim Protector, which is pretty much gonna help you just get more blocks. That's literally what it does. It helps you get more blocks. So yeah, Rim Protector, just an amazing, amazing badge. So yeah. Then when it comes to getting steals, these are pretty overpowered too. Pickpocket, Interceptor, just gonna help you get more steals in any situation possible, whether that's like passing lane or on ball, poking the ball loose. So yeah, that's gonna be very important. And another badge that's kind of useful, or some other badges that's kind of useful, Clamps, Intimidator. Those are very good badges too, because that's gonna help you get more shot contests and just play better defense in general. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much all of the badge suggestions I would suggest to pretty much help you get as many badges as possible while doing this badge tutorial or 99 overall method. But yeah, man, that is pretty much all there is to go over for this 99 overall method. I went over everything in detail, from going for 99 on next gen, going to 95 on current gen, then 95 to 99 on current gen, then it came to the best settings for 99 and the best settings from 95 to 99. I went over everything, even from going over the caps that you really gotta make sure that you try to go around, from the contact dunks, every single thing that it could be. And then yeah, I pretty much even gave y'all badges to pretty much help you even do this badge method at the best rate possible. So yeah, man, videos like this take forever. So yeah, even to get my build to a 99 for y'all boys, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna need y'all boys to get this joint to at least 1,000 likes, man, because this joint took forever to make, man. And yeah, I just really would appreciate any support on this video, because these videos do take a lot of work. So yeah, if y'all want to show any type of support, just go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, man, turn on post notifications, be the first at every single my video, share this video to anybody who needs help. But yeah, man, make sure you smash break and destroy that like button, hit that sub button. We on that road to 250k subscribers, so I really would appreciate everybody who just hit that sub button. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm about to do it, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Roll, roll, roll.